right? Structure of matter, right? That's the third lesson of grade 8 chemistry part, first lesson of the chemistry, the foundation part of the chemistry of this lesson. Okay, right. Do you remember grades 9 also you study about the matter, no? Right, something you study. Also the initial part, the same, right? Okay, look at your environment things. I think you remember we can categorize into two main groups, no? What are the two main groups? Do you remember? Matter and energy. Okay, environment, anything you can divide it into two parts, matter and energy. Do you remember what's the meaning of matter? Matter mean the things that
Have
occupy
high
space
space.
and have a mass, no? Hmm? The things occupy space and have a mass are known as matter. Energy mean the things do not occupy space and haven't mass. Matters, we can give lot of examples, no? Animals, plants, chair, table, buildings, right? Like that, lot of examples we can give for matter, and also water, air, right? All things. Energy, you can give some examples: sound energy, light energy, heat energy,
Geothermal.
geothermal, kinetic energy, no, potential energy, right? Like that, lot of things you can give as the examples. Okay, so you remember first the things we can divide it into two parts: matter and energy, right? I think this chart enough, no? Not need to write down the sentences form of your book, like that. One enough for note down, no? Right, write down it as a point, or any method you can use. Okay, things divided into two parts: matter and energy. Right, okay. After you draw this one, also you write down under the matter part and under the energy part. Shortly we can write down, no? Matter mean what? Have a mass and occupy space, right? I think not need to write the full sentences. Under matter, you write down have a mass and occupy space. Okay, under energy, you can write what? Do not have a mass and don't occu don't occupies the space. Do not occupy the space and haven't a mass, right? Like that, anyone you can write. Okay, you have to remember. That's the initial part now. Then also you write down some examples for matter and energy. Under the matter part, you write down some examples. Few examples, write down 4 or 5 examples. And also energy part, also you can write few examples. Okay, 4 or 5 examples. Note down. Can you write with yourself? Not need to give, no? You can write. Right? Okay. Are you still writing? I think some students still writing now. Can you suggest which part we are going to start in this lesson? About matter or about energy?
Matter.
About matter.
Matter.
Matter. Okay, then look at the next slide. You wrote this one as a short note. Those that occupy space and have a mass called matter. Energy do not occupy space and have no mass. Look at the classification of matter according to the physical nature and chemical composition. Okay, the classification of matter according to their physical nature and chemical composition. We can again categorize. There are two groups. There are two natures we can discuss. Physical natures of matter and chemical composition of matter. Physical nature mean what? Of a matter. There are three status of matter. What are the three status of matter? Solid,
Liquid and gases.
With gas.
gas. Right? According to the physical nature, matter we can classify it into three groups: solid, liquid, and gas. Example, I can give water. Water exists all status, no? Ice, example for solid state. Water, example for liquid state, drinking water, no? Liquid water. And water vapor, steam, example for gas state. Okay, so you remember matter you can classify according to their physical and chemical composition. Okay, according to physical nature, no? Now I explain you. Matter you can classify it into three groups according to physical nature called solid, liquid, and gas. Okay. Also, I think this diagram is enough for that part. You write down like that. Okay. As a point, write down according to physical nature. According to physical nature, then you draw this chart. According to physical nature of matter. Okay. According to physical nature of matter, then you draw this chart. You can use different colors. Okay. You prepare the attractive note. It is useful for you, no? Right, okay. I think about this part you study in grade 8, no? 8th class you study about the solid, liquid, and gas status. Now we are going to not going to start about this part, okay? It is not neat. Okay, look at according to chemical composition of matter. Again, we can classify the matters into two groups. What are the two groups? Pure substances and mixtures. Okay, pure substances and mixtures. Also, grade 8, 9 classes, you study about this one, no? Like that, we can divide it according to chemical composition. You write down the next point. According to chemical composition of matter, according to chemical composition of matter, right? Then you draw this chart. Matter you can divide it into two parts: pure substances and mixtures. Right? Pure substances and mixtures. Right now, can you tell me this classification is finished or not yet? No. Pure substances again you can divide it, no? And also mixtures again you can divide it. Also you studied in grade 9. In grade 9, you have to, sorry, grade 10, you have to study about this part, okay? What is the part? About pure substances. About this part, we have to study. What about this one? Mixtures. Mixtures, you have to study in grade 11. Okay, grade 11, I don't know lesson number. The first chemistry lesson about the mixture, you have to study. Okay. Do you remember what are the parts of pure substances? Again, we can divide it pure substances into how many groups?
Elements and compounds.
Elements and compounds.
Yes, there are two groups, no? Elements and compounds.
Elements and compounds.
Yes, elements and compounds. Okay. Mixtures, again, you can divide it into two parts. What are the two parts?
Heterogeneous, homogeneous.
Yes, homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Okay. Right. Okay, I think now you finish note down this. Then look at the next slide. Pure substances can be divided again two parts. What are the two parts? Elements and compounds. Right, like that, no? Again, you write down. I think not need to write down any point topics like that. You can draw, no? It is enough. Pure substances divided into two parts, elements and compounds. Okay, as a point you write, you put the point, then you draw this chart. Right, okay. Then finally, also another classification we can do, mixtures. Okay, about the mixtures. Mixtures, again, you can divide it into two parts, homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. As the next point, you write down quickly it. That's a classification, okay? Right.
Sir, which one also mixtures can be divided into two parts? That one?
Yes, also you write down this one as the last point of this one, okay? As a point, write down mixtures divided into two parts. Draw this diagram. We started from matter, no? Now matter, we divided some parts. According to physical nature, there are three parts, solid, liquid, gas. According to chemical nature, we divided into pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances divided elements and compounds. Mixtures divided homogeneous and heterogeneous.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay, sir.
Right. I think now all of you finished now. Okay, that's the classification. Okay, you remember classification of the matter. Right. Then not need to write down here, and you remember some points. The compounds are pure substances with specific properties formed by the chemical combination of two or more elements in a fixed ratio. You think I will write CO2, okay? CO2. What are the elements of CO2? Carbon and
Carbon and oxygen.
oxygen, no? Carbon and oxygen.
Carbon.
Okay, these two elements combine with the fixed ratio. Fixed ratio mean how many carbon atoms? 1. How many oxygen atoms? 2.
Two.
Right? 1 to 2, no? That's a fixed ratio. Right? Okay. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ විදියට අර කිසියම් රේෂියෝ එකකට තමයි මේගොල්ලෝ එකතු වීමක් වෙන්නේ. Right? Example for compounds. Look at the examples. Sodium chloride, copper sulfate, glucose, right? Like that. Examples we can give. Sodium, compounds. Sodium chloride, can you tell me what are the elements combining?
Sodium and
Sodium and
chlorine.
Sodium and chlorine, no? Copper sulfate, what are the elements?
Copper and sulfur.
Copper,
Sulfur and
sulfur,
oxygen.
oxygen.
Yes, not copper and sulfur, copper, sulfur, and oxygen. Do you remember the chemical formula of copper sulfate?
CuSO.
USO.
CuSO4, right? Glucose. What are the elements?
Carbon, hydrogen,
Carbon,
oxygen.
hydrogen, oxygen.
Do you remember the chemical formula of glucose?
C6H12O.
C6H26.
Yes, if you remember the chemical formula, I think you can say what are the elements, no? C6H12O6. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, okay? These three elements combine, okay? There's a fixed ratio, no? 6, 12, 6. If you want, you can get the simplest form 1 to 2 to 1. Right? Okay. Right. Then look at the next point. In nature, there are very large number of compounds occur in various elements in various forms. Right? Various forms means sometime liquid form, sometime gas form, sometime solid form, right? Like that. Large number of compounds you can observe, no? How many compounds? Millions of compounds, right? සීමාවක් නැහැ. ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Okay. Then look at the next one. I think you remember these parts also we discussed in grade 9. Building units of elements. Do you remember what is the building unit of element? What is the name of it?
Atoms.
Atoms. Atoms, no? That's the building unit of element. Okay. Okay. Look at an acceptable notion about the nature of matter was first put forward by Greek philosopher who? Democritus. According to him, matter is made of very small particles. Okay. I think this one not need to write down of your book, no? Also we studied in grade 9, no? So again, I'm not going to give as the note. Okay. Do you want to note? අවශ්‍යද ලියන්න නෑනේ නේද? මතකයිනේ. Right. That's the Greek philosopher Democritus. Okay. That's the Greek philosopher Democritus. Then later, Greek philosopher Aristotle stated that matter is not composed of particles. Then what happened? There are opposite ideas, no? Aristotle and Democritus gave. Then finally, what happened? That's the Greek philosopher Aristotle. These particles cannot be observed by the naked eye or even by the powerful microscope. We can't observe them, no? Very small, very tiny particles. These very small particles are called atoms. Okay, so you remember what's the name of the building unit of matter, right? That's the building unit of matter, atoms. Atoms are the building unit of matter. Okay, atoms are the building unit of matter. Then you remember, I think this name, John Dalton, no? John Dalton was
Yes.
first scientist to use the term atom for the smallest invisible particles from which matter is made. Right? එහෙනම් මේ atom කියන නම කවුද මුලින්ම මේකට දුන්නේ? John Dalton. Okay? Right. Now you write down the point, new point, write down. Atoms are building unit of matter. Atoms are building unit of matter. Right? Atoms are building unit of matter. Then you write down the next point. John Dalton used the term John Dalton used the term atom for the smallest particles. For the smallest particles. Right? Okay. Right. That's a person, John
Sir,
Dalton.
can you say it again?
Second point, no? John Dalton used the term atom for the smallest particle. Do you remember how came the word atom?
Atomos, the Greek word.
Yes, from the atomos, no? It is a Greek word. What's the meaning of atomos? Atomos mean what?
Cannot be divided further.
Yes, cannot be divided further. No, that's the mean. That mean very small, tiny particles. Okay, right. Look at the English name atom for this particle has originated from the Greek
From the Greek word atomos.
word atomos, meaning cannot be divided further. Okay. Also, I will not give to note down these points. I think you remember. Do you remember or not? මතකයි නේද?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The atom is composed of subatomic particles. What are the subatomic particles? Do you remember? How many subatomic particles?
3.
There are 3 subatomic particles. No? What are they?
Protons, electrons, neutrons.
Yes, protons, electrons, and neutrons. Okay. Among them, electrons, protons, and neutrons are the main subatomic particles. Okay. Then you write down as the point these 2 points you write down of your book. Right, Nishara, you write down the last 2 points of this slide. Okay. Yes. You write down last 2 points. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. I finish now. Note down it. Finish now.
Not
Yes,
yet,
sir.
sir.
Uh, After finish, inform me.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Right. Now we can go to the next slide. Nishara, are you finished now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look at, I think you remember this one, no? Also about the
Yes, sir.
subatomic particles. What are the charges, no? Electrons,
sir.
what is the charge?
Negative,
Negative charge.
Negative,
Proton,
or positive,
positive,
and neutrons,
no charge.
neutral.
no charge mean neutral. Okay. Also, we have to use for this lesson also this knowledge. I think you can write down simply this one. You write down like that: charges of subatomic particles. Charges of subatomic particles.
Sir, is it a subtopic?
Yes, as a subtopic, write down charges of subatomic particles.
Excuse me, sir. This is a subtopic.
Yes, subtopic, write down charges of subatomic particles. Right. Then you write down, I think not need to write the full sentences. You write down electron dash in front of, write down what is the charge. Okay, it is enough. Electron, right, in front of, write down dash. Then write down negative charge. Then write down proton, positive charge, neutrons, no charge. No charge mean neutral. Okay, I finish or still doing?
Yes, sir.
Finish. Right. Okay, you remember there are three types of subatomic particles of atom. What are the charges? Okay, electron negative charge, proton positive charge, neutrons no charge. Do you remember what is the middle part of the atom? Special name we can give for it. What is the name?
Nucleus,
Nucleus.
Nucleus, nucleus,
Yes. What are the subatomic particles contain nucleus?
protons and
protons and
protons and
neutrons
neutrons are in the nucleus. Electrons are present
around.
around the nucleus.
Yes, protons and neutrons containing the nucleus, inside the nucleus, and electrons are revolve around the nucleus. Okay, look at, according to the nuclear model. Nuclear model mean that one put forward by Ernest Rutherford in 1911. There is a very small called nucleus at the center of the atom. හරි මෙන්න මේ මොඩල් එකට අපි කියනවා මොනවා කියලාද? Nuclear model. Right? Who put forward this one? Ernest Rutherford. Right? Ernest Rutherford. Okay. Right. Then you write down of your book, Ernest Rutherford introduced the nuclear model.
So can you tell that sentence?
Ernest Rutherford introduced the nuclear model. Right? Full stop. Also write down, according to him, there is a very small area. There is a very small area at the center of the atom.
So a very small area.
Very small area at the center of the atom. At the center of the atom, comma, it is known as nucleus. It is known as nucleus. Right? Okay. Also, you remember what are the subatomic particles contained in the nucleus. That's the picture of Ernest Rutherford. Okay. That's the person who introduced the nuclear model of atom. Okay. Right. Then look at another point. Okay, you can get the idea about the nucleus size, right? If the atom is a football ground, I think you saw. What is the size of the football ground? Large, no? Right? Do you think football ground is this one? That's a football ground. Okay, then nucleus is the very small volume, no? It is like that even smaller than a chickpea at its center. Chickpea mean what? කඩල. මෙන්න මේක මැද කඩල ඇටයක් තියෙනවා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. Then I think you can think what is the size of the nucleus, no? Football ground එකක් මැද මෙන්න මේ විදියට කඩල ඇටයක් තියෙනවා. හරි ප්‍රමාණය හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? Very small area, no? According to the, when you compare the football ground, very small area of the chickpea. Right? එහෙනම් මේකටත් වඩා කුඩා ප්‍රමාණයක් තමයි මේ nucleus එක කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay? Also nucleus is very smaller than the chickpea. Okay? Right. Are you clear about the size of the nucleus? Right. Then, from this example, it is clear that the nucleus of an atom is very small relative to an atom. Right? It is very small area. Protons and neutrons are accumulated in the nucleus. Do you remember what is the charge of nucleus?
Neutral.
What are the subatoms containing the nucleus? Protons and neutrons, no?
Positive.
Right? Protons and neutrons.
Protons and neutrons.
Protons are positive charge. Neutrons are neutral. They have only charge. Okay, you can see it is neutral, 0. So what is the charge of the nucleus? Positive charge, not neutral. Okay, nucleus is positive charge. Right? Are you clear? පැහැදිලි නේද? Right. Okay, then you write down as the next point. Write down protons and neutrons are protons and neutrons are protons and neutrons are accumulated in the nucleus. Accumulated in the nucleus. Full stop. So it is positive charge. So it is positive charge. Right. Okay. These points you remember. That's the introduction. The nucleus is positively charged. Electrons where? Around the nucleus, no?
Around.
How about them? They are revolved. Revolve mean what? Rotating around the nucleus, no? Right. The number of electrons in the atom is equal to the number of protons. Also, you studied in grade 9. Right? Do you remember? Any atom, number of electrons and number of protons are equal. You think sodium? Sodium has 11 electrons. So how many protons of it?
11.
11. Okay?
11.
Yes. However, the protons and electrons are oppositely charged and therefore the atom is electrically neutral. Right? Nucleus is positive charge, but full atom is electrically neutral. Why? Positive and negative charges are equal, no, of atom. So it is electrically neutral. Right? Are you clear? Right. I think it is not need to note down of your book, no? Right. Right. Then we are going to discuss about planetary model of atom. Right? Planetary model of atom. You write down the subtopic, planetary model of atom. Planetary model, okay? What's the meaning of planetary model? Planetary. Planet, do you know the planets?
Yes, sir.
Planets. Solar system, you can remember. You know, the middle of the solar system contain what? Sun. Right? Then there are some planets, no? They are revolve around the sun. Right? They are revolve around the sun, no? Right? Like that. Okay. You think I will draw the one planet revolve like that path. Another planet revolve like that path. Right? That's the traveling route, no, of the planets. Right? Itu මේ වගේ නේද planets වල තියෙන්නේ. Right? Also, the atoms are similar. Nucleus contain the center of the atom, and electrons are revolve around the nucleus. Right? Like that. Okay? That's the meaning of planetary model. හරිද පැහැදිලි නේද planetary model කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. Right? Okay. Also, this planetary model was introduced by Ernest Rutherford. Okay. Ernest Rutherford තමයි මේක කියන්නේ. Electrons move around the nucleus in which the positive charge of the atom is concentrated. Right? අර මැද තියෙන positive charge එක වටා, ඒ කියන්නේ nucleus එක වටා තමයි මේ electrons ටික revolve වීමක් වෙන්නේ. Right? Okay. You write down these 2 points, write down of your book quickly. Now you have arised a problem, no? What is the problem? Nucleus is positive charge, no? Right? Nucleus is positive charge, no? Right? Like and also electrons are negative charges. Okay, electrons are negative charges. You think this one electron, it is negative charge. You know, positive and negative charges, what happen? Attracted, no? They are attracted.
Electrons are revolve very fast.
Yes. Right? මේ විදිහට වෙන්න ඕනේ නේද? නෙගටිව් එකකුයි පොසිටිව් එකකුයි තියෙනවා නම් ඒ දෙන්න ඇට්‍රැක්ෂන් එකක් වෙන්න ඕනනේ. But electrons move very fastly because they are not attracted. Right? ඒගොල්ලෝ වේගයෙන් යන හින්දා මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? මේගොල්ලෝ ඇට්‍රැක්ෂන් එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. සමහරට ස්පීඩ් එක නැවතුනොත් මොනවද වෙන්න පුළුවන්? මේගොල්ලෝ ඇට්‍රැක්ෂන් එකක් වෙයි. හැබැයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ ඇටම් එක තියෙන තාක්කල් ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ ස්පීඩ් එකෙන් රොටේට් වීමක් වෙනවා. Okay? So remember that point sometimes can be asked the MCQs. Okay? This one.
Sir,
Yes.
I heard, I didn't hear anything.
Now can you hear?
Yes, sir.
I said that one nucleus is positive charge, no? Then electrons are revolve around the nucleus, no? Electrons are negative charge, right? If you close positive and negative charges, what happen? They should be attracted, no? But these electrons not attract to the nucleus. What's the reason? Electrons are revolve very fast around the nucleus. Okay, right? That's the reason. Right? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then look at this is similar to the solar system where the planets revolve around the sun. හරි අර මේක solar system එක වගේ හින්දා තමයි අපි මේකට planetary model කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, right? That's the reason we call this one planetary model. It is like a solar system. True electrons are attracted by the positive charges of the nucleus. They do not fall on the nucleus. Right? What's the reason? This is because electrons revolve fast, very fast around the nucleus. Right? You take the different color pen, then you write down electrons revolve, electrons revolve electrons revolve very fast around the nucleus around the nucleus around the nucleus, full stop, because they do not fall on the nucleus. They do not fall on the nucleus. right? Okay. Also, you remember it. Right. Now look at another person name you have to remember. Okay. After the Rutherford, another name you have to remember. What is the name? Niels Bohr. Right? Niels Bohr, who further elaborated the Rutherford's model, stated that the electrons move in definite paths or shells around the positively charged nucleus. Right. Again, you look at the planetary model. Okay. Planet gana hitannako. Planet wala kawuda meda inne sun. Right. The center part you can see sun of the planets and solar system. Right. Like that. No. Then there are other planets. Okay. You think the first planet it revolve around a definite path, no? එයාට ස්ථිර ගමන් මාර්ගයක් තියෙනවනේ නේද? එහෙම නැතුණා නම් මොනවද වෙන්නේ? එයා එක එක තැන්වල ගියා නම් එයා ඊළඟ ප්ලැනට් එකත් එක්ක නේද? කොලැප්ස් වීමක් වෙනවනේ, ගැටීමක් වෙනවා. Right? But they have the definite path to revolve. Right? ඒගොල්ලන්ට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම නිශ්චිත ගමන් මාර්ගයක් තියෙනවා නේද? හරි. definite path එකක් තියෙනවා. හැමෝටම එහෙම නේද? හැම ප්ලැනට් එකකටම එහෙමයි නේද? Also electrons move definite paths. Electrons උත් මේ වගේ નિયમિત ගමන් මාර්ගයක තමයි ගමන් කරන්නේ. Right? Also these paths are called shells. මොනවද මේවද කියන්නේ අපි? Shells කියලා කියනවා. Right? You remember you think this one is the nucleus. Okay, it is positive charge. Then we can see several shells of an atom, right? Like that. That's the first shell. That's the second shell, right? Third shell, right? Like that. Several shells we can see around the nucleus. Right? එතකොට මෙන්න මේ shells වල තමයි අරගොල්ලෝ ගමන් කරන්නේ. කවුද? Electrons. Right? How many electrons containing one shell? 1000, 2000, right? How many? There is fixed value. You have to remember it. Okay? So you remember this one introduced Niels Bohr. හරි Niels Bohr තමයි කියන්නේ මේ shells වල electrons යනවා කියලා. Right? That's a Niels Bohr. Right. You write down as the new point. Who introduced the planetary model?
Niels Bohr.
No.
Ernest Rutherford.
Ernest Rutherford. Right? Planetary model එක introduce කරේ කවුද? Ernest Rutherford. Niels Bohr said what? එයා මොකද්ද කියන්නේ? Electrons revolve the definite path. Right? එයා කියනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ නිශ්චිත පාත් එකක නිශ්චිත ගමන් මාර්ගයක තමයි මේගොල්ලෝ ගමන් කරන්න කියලා. Right? These paths are called shells. Shells are situated around the nucleus. හරිද? පැහැදිලි නේද? පටල ගන්න නෑ. හරි. ඔව් අහනවා මේ නම් අහවි MCQs වලට. So you have to do. Now grade 9 you did only 20 MCQs, no? But grade 10 11 classes you have to do 40 MCQs. Okay, 40. Right? 1 hour, within 1 hour you have to do 40 MCQs. Okay. Okay, next point, write down of your book. Niels Bohr Niels Bohr stated that the electrons move in definite paths within bracket write down shells also we called it energy levels. Okay, තව නමක් කියන energy level කියලාත්, but most times we use shells, close the bracket, around the nucleus.
Sir, can you say it again?
Niels Bohr stated that the electrons move in definite paths within bracket shells, close the bracket, around the nucleus. Right, okay, are you clear? Also you have to remember some names, no? What are the important names of this lesson? Niels Bohr and Rutherford, no?
Ernest
Ernest
Rutherford.
Rutherford. Ernest Rutherford, why important for this lesson? He introduced what?
Planetary
Planetary
model.
model.
Planetary model. Okay, planetary model. Niels Bohr, he stated what?
That electrons move in definite
Electrons
paths
move
Electrons
around
move
the
in
nucleus.
shells, no? Definite path around the nucleus. Right, අර Rutherford ගේකට පොඩ්ඩක් මෙයා තව දෙයක් පාගෙන ඔන්න ඔය විදිහට කියනවා. Right? Niels Bohr. Right. Then you remember another important point. The shells in which the electrons revolve around the nucleus are assigned either number 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, or letters K, L, M, N like that. Okay. අපි අර shells වලට numbers දුන්නොත් කොහමද දෙන්නේ? 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay. If you give the letters, how you can give it? Not A, B, C, D. Okay. You have to start from K, K, L, M, N. හරිද පැහැදිලිද? තේරුණාද නැද්ද? I will draw it. You look at.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
How many electrons in an atom?
We can't say it. Right? How many electrons it? Sometimes 1 electron, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that. Okay. It is depend from the atomic number. Right? Sometimes can be 120 electrons. Right? Like that. Okay. But you can understand how we can draw the planetary model of an atom. You look at the you think this one is the nucleus. Then I told you there are some shells, no, around it. That's the electron traveling path, definite parts. Right, like that. Okay. Right. Then after you draw this one, you can name the first shell. First shell mean this one, okay, inner one. It is known as number 1 or K. Right? අපි මෙයාට නමක් දෙනවා මොනවා කියලාද? අපිට දෙන්න පුළුවන් number 1 කියලා, shell number 1 or shell K. Right? Then the second one mean this one, no?
2
It is known as number 2
and L.
or L. Right? අර digits වලින් දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, එහෙම නැත්නම් letters වලින් දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Okay? Third shell mean this one, no? It is known as shell number 3 or shell M. Both method you can use, okay? Right? Like that you have to say. Right? You don't say the first shell name as capital A, like that, okay? You have to start from capital K. හරිද? K වලින් තමයි අපි මේක start කරන්නේ. හරිනේ? Right. I don't know what's the reason. We have to start like that, okay? Right. Are you clear? පැහැදිලිද හැමෝටම? Right. Okay, you write down as the new point. The shell's name, the shell's name, shells mean definite traveling path, okay? Shell's name, either numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, comma dot line, or
Sir, can you tell that sentence?
what I said initially.
The shell's name either numbers.
Yes, the shell's name,
Either numbers 1, 2, 3,
yes,
4.
either numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, comma dot line, or letters K, L, M, N, comma dot line. From the nucleus.
KLMN.
KLMN from the nucleus. But nucleus එකේ ඉඳලා තමයි අපි මේව නම් කරන්නේ. හරිද? In order. This shells also, we can give another name for shells. What is the name? Energy levels. Right? Also energy levels means same mean of the shells. Right? එහෙනම් අපි ගොඩක් නම් කියනවා මේවට නේද? There are two names, okay? Definite path name we can give as the shells. Also we can give energy levels. Okay, shells or energy level. Also you write down the new point. Also shells are known as energy levels. Also shells are known as energy level. Right. Then you remember another point, okay? Sometimes I think not this lesson, but another lesson you have what lesson number, another chemistry lesson, lesson number 10, okay? Chemical bonds. Also, we have to draw some figures using the energy levels, okay? So remember the maximum enough 4 shells to study in grade 10 and 11. Why? I told you beginning of the lesson what? How many elements you have to remember?
20.
20, no? 20 mean how many electrons? That's in order. 20 electrons, right? So it is enough to remember there are 4 shells, no? It is enough, okay? The first shell K, second one L, third one M, next one N. When you draw the planetary model of the elements, you have to draw shell K. First energy level, only 2 electrons, right? First electrons, dekai. Second level, you have to draw 8 electrons. Third energy level also you have to draw 8 electrons. The remaining electrons you have to draw next energy level. Okay. The maximum you can draw 32 electrons. Right. Now you remember 2. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. I told you another maximum 20, no? You have to draw. So next 2 electrons belong to 4th energy level. Okay. Now you remember how you can draw the planetary model. You think now I will draw sodium atom. Okay, sodium. Right. Sodium. What is the atomic number? Do you remember?
11.
Sodium atomic number is 11. Right. Sodium atomic number 11. So atomic number is equal to what? Their
Proton. And protons.
their number of protons, no? Or electrons? Which one? Number of protons. Right? Protons are equal to atomic number. Okay. So also, if the atomic number is 11, there are 11 protons and also contain how many electrons? 11 electrons.
11 electrons.
Right. It has 11 electrons. Okay. Right. Now look at how you can draw the planetary model of sodium. Right. I will draw nucleus. Okay. That's a nucleus. Right. That's a nucleus. Then I will draw the first shell. That's the first shell. Okay. First shell has how many electrons maximum? 2 electrons. So you can draw like that. I will draw the electrons with the green color. 1, 2. හරිද මේක මේ එක ගොඩේ තියෙන්නේ හරිද ඒක distribute වෙලා තියෙන්නේ okay then I will draw another energy level, second energy level. Right, like that. Okay. It has how many maximum electron? 8 electrons. Can you put 8 electrons here? 2 plus 8, 10, no? We have to draw 11 electrons, no? So you can put maximum number of electrons to the second shell. Right? Are you clear? So I can draw like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now 10 electrons I drew. Another 1 electron remain, no? This 1 electron you have to put to the third shell, right? Third energy level. It has only 1 electron, okay? Only 1 electron. Then you can draw like that, no? That's the planetary model of sodium. Are you clear? පැහැදිලිද?
Yes, sir.
එහෙනම් මෙන්න මේක දන්නව නම් නේද? If you know the atomic number of the element, you can draw the planetary model. Right? Okay? Right. Then you write down the subtopic. This one also you remember. If you want, you can note down it. මේකත් මතක තියාගන්න. කොහොමද මේ shells වල maximum ප්‍රමාණය කියලා දාන්න පුළුවන්.
So shall I write down that?
Yes, if you want, you can note down it, no? Right, it is useful.
Sir, can you give as a note?
Do you want the note? You write down like this. Maximum number of electrons of energy levels. Right, like that, you write down.
Sir,
Yes.
what is for then?
Sorry.
Which value can we replace for n?
N. N maximum you can put 32 electrons, okay, but I did not write it here. Why? Because you have to draw only 20 electrons maximum of your syllabus. If you want, you can put here 32. Right, I finish, note down it. Then you write down the subtopic, okay? Planetary models of some atoms. Planetary models of some atoms.
Sir, what is the topic we can give for this one?
After you write down this one, write the subtopic, planetary models of some atoms. Planetary models of some atoms. Right, then you write down the first example, sodium, okay? Sodium. I wrote here 11, okay? 11 mean what? Atomic number. Atomic number mean number of proton. It is equal to number of electrons. But then later we can study about this again. Now you write down like that, okay?
Sir, do we want to draw that one?
Yes, yes, quickly you draw it. Right, when you represent the planetary model, it is enough to draw the 3 shells. Why? We have to draw only 11 electrons, no? Right, okay, I finish.
Not yet, sir.
Okay. And also I clear this part. පැහැදිලිද? Yes or no?
Sir, එකේ numbers කොහොමද ගත්තේ?
11.
28 එහෙම නිකන් දාන්න කොහොමද?
නෑ නෑ ඒ maximum එක ප්‍රමාණය තියෙන. Right? First shell maximum you can draw only 2 electrons. Right? Second shell you can draw maximum only 8 electrons. Right? එතකොට ඒක fill වෙන්න ඕන. Fill වෙලා තමයි ඊළඟ එකට යන්නේ. Right? Then we want to draw 11 electrons no. එහෙනම් දැනට 10 electrons fill වුණා. Right? Then another 1 electron remain, you have to draw it third shell. Right? Okay. Another one example I will give. No. Look at calcium. You write down the next example. Okay. Calcium. Calcium atomic number is 20. Later we can discuss. Okay. This one how we find the atomic number. Now you remember calcium atomic number is 20. Can you tell me how we can draw? First, you have to draw what? Nucleus, no? Right, that's nucleus. Okay, then first shell you have to draw, no? Right, that's the first shell. How many electrons you have to draw of the first shell? Maximum 2. දැන් බලන්න මෙතන 20 කියනකොට නේ දෙකට වඩා වැඩිනේ. එහෙනම් අනිවාර්යෙන් මේක fill වෙලා තමයි ඊළඟ ඒවට පණින්නේ. හරි? So you have to draw 2 electrons of the first shell. Right, it is filled. තව පුරවන්න බෑ ඒකේ. ඔන්න fill ඉවරයි දැන් ඒක. හරි? Then I'm going to the second shell. How many electrons can fill maximum of the second shell? 8 electrons, no? 8. Right? එහෙනම් බලන්න 20 කියනකොට තව 8 එකක් මෙතනට දාන්න පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? පුළුවන් නේද? Right? So you have to complete it with 8 electrons. Okay, second shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I drew 10 electrons of the first 2 shells. Right, now second shell completed, no? Second shell එක complete. එතකොට පිරුණාට පස්සේ තව දාන්න බෑනේ නේ. Then you have to go to the next shell. Okay? How many maximum electrons can be filled the third shell? Huh? How many? 8. Then you check. Now 10 electrons we drew. Another 8 can or cannot fill this one. Can no? 10 plus 8, 18 no? We want to draw 20. හරි එහෙනම් තව 8ක් මේකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. Right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now how many electrons completed? 18 electrons I drew. Then third shell also filled. Right? After filled, you can't put another electrons. Okay. Then another how many electrons remain? 2 electrons remain. So you have to draw the next 2 electrons with the fourth shell. Right? So you have to draw another shell. Right? It you have to draw 2 electrons. 1, 2. Now 20 electrons are completed. No? That's the calcium atom. Right. Now can you understand all of you about the planetary model? පැහැදිලිද හැමෝටම planetary model එක? Okay. Later we can discuss a lot of things now, but you have to now, okay, now you have to remember these points. Right. Okay, now we discuss about the energy levels. Then we have to discuss about atomic number and mass number, right? Right. Okay. Also, you remember this one. Okay. In order, you have to remember. Right. In this week, you have to study it. What? First 20 elements in order. Okay. It is very important.